All right. Game one in the books. The Spurs need Kawhi. The Spurs don't need Kawhi. Spurs might need Kawhi. Steph Curry isn't good anymore. Kevin Durant made the wrong decision. Let's see. They don't need Tony Parker. They don't need Ginobili. Patty Mills can't do what Tony Parker can do. Draymond is still not as valuable or is the most valuable player on the team. I love Twitter. I really, really do. I stayed away from it for that game because Spurs jump out to not just an early lead, they dominated the first half of basketball. Kawhi Leonard goes down, and momentum exists to a certain extent, and without Kawhi on the floor, the Warriors go on a 19-0 run. They were down 20 at the half. That makes the third largest comeback in playoffs history in terms of a halftime deficit. In terms of actual seriousness here and all sarcasm aside, we are in for still a very good Western Conference Finals. I really wanted the Spurs versus the Warriors because I wanted to see what Pop could figure out and what he could do, but my God, is his value truly shown when his masterful game plan, again, strong with the bigs, get the absolute most use you could possibly get from a player like Pau Gasol at his age. Offensively, sure, we know Pau Gasol's a high IQ offensive talent, but even defensively, he was bad all season, and he somehow was able to make plays. Getting people like Patty Mills, that's to me is the Pop effect. I think what really was shown, Patty Mills getting the steal to put his team in a position down 5 where you kind of thought it might have been over. But what crushed me, and I think what's going to really be the biggest point of that game, it came very late, it was allowing 2 offensive rebounds. You let 2 threes off, Durant missed 1, and then Curry got it back, and he drained it to tie the game. And look, the Warriors were gunning for the Spurs in the second half, the third quarter, and we said for the last 2 years, it doesn't matter what lead any team has when the Warriors are the ones behind. That hasn't changed. That is still the same formula. You don't count out a team like the Warriors because they can score an abundance of points at a remarkably fast rate. We've seen them score record amount of points in 3 minutes of basketball. We've seen them score, just go back to the Blazers series. What, they have 45 in the first quarter? So, and I know the Blazers are obviously not nearly as good as the Spurs are, but this is the LaMarcus Aldridge that the Spurs signed on for. He had he had a hell of a game, 28 points. The turnovers were rough, but 28 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, a block. Ginobili dunked it home. Again, still probably my favorite highlight ever, always, is the Ginobili dunk. Let me get to the Warriors, though. Curry had 40. Curry was, I believe, 5 of 10 in the second half from 3. He added 7 rebounds and 3 assists and 3 steals. He was +8 for the evening. He had 2 offensive rebounds. Numbers aside, these takes, and some of which you see on Twitter, it's so unfair to watching the game. There's a bigger picture in a 7-game series. So the worst of the worst takes is series over, Spurs up at halftime, or the Warriors storm back, series over, the Warriors storm back. How short are people's memories that the Rockets blew out the Spurs in the first game of the 2017 NBA playoffs second round? And the Spurs won that series. I have no idea what the outcome of this series will be. I think the Warriors will win it overall. I think if the Spurs won this game, I would have given them the slight edge in a later 6 or 7 games. But now we have to see what happens with Kawhi. The Spurs cannot beat the Warriors without Kawhi Leonard. He is one of the most valuable players in the league. The stat that I think was most important that people overlooked all of last week, not last year, was him holding Harden to 30.9% shooting when Kawhi was guarding him, and everybody else was holding Harden to about 43%. So 13% difference. So yes, you need Kawhi on the floor. You need Kawhi on the floor to at least contain if it happens, a hot Klay Thompson, who did not have the best of basketball games. Defensively was pretty decent down the end, but still. Or contain the Kevin Durant. And take the word contain lightly. There is no Kevin Durant stopper. There is no hot Klay Thompson if he has the hand stopper. There is no contain Steph Curry stopper. I mean, this is going to be a good series. I don't have like a crazy amount of breakdown to bring you. I need to rewatch. Anytime I try to analyze this stuff, I need more time. I need to sit down and watch the game, the condensed version, play-by-play and stuff like that. This is just a very quick reaction to Twitter being dumb, which I think we all know it's the worst, greatest thing ever created. Everyone gets a voice. Some people's voices shouldn't be heard in Twitter when it comes to sports because there's bad takes. So if there's bad takes, retweet the bad takes. I'm happy that the SpongeBob memes going around, though. That's why I love Twitter. Keeps SpongeBob relevant. All right, that's about it, though. Happy Mother's Day to my mother. She's a wonderful person. She's a fighter, cancer survivor, all that stuff. And I cannot just do this clip without giving a shout-out to my mom, who I love dearly. And I don't even think she's going to watch this clip. But if she does, she'll see it. Maybe I'll send it to her. So call your mothers. If they're around, call them again. It's their day in America. I don't know. Overseas it might be different. So comment below, like, favorite, subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow. More basketball, UFC 211, Chelsea winning the Premier League. I miss anything from this weekend? What else happened? The Mets still suck. That's about it.